So now that we have the project set up with the asset manager, all the firearms and stuff like that get constructed as needed, what we want to do is try to figure out what is wrong with this. So as I walk forwards, it pushes me backwards. If I jump, it throws me around. Why is that? Why does that happen? Well, the reason is going to be collision. So this is something you have to deal with just in general with Unreal, and it's something that's good to understand. So for example, let me actually hit play again. So I'm just the character. If I try to walk through this wall, it doesn't let me. Now, what would happen if I picked up this wall that is blocking my character's collision and I held it in front of me so that I'm overlapping with it? Well, when I start to move around, the physics start to freak out because you're holding something that is essentially blocking your movement. So in here, when I pick up the firearm, one of these attachments is blocking my movement. So I try to move forwards, it moves me backwards. I'm trying to move left, it moves me backwards. I jump, it moves me backwards. You can kind of see what I mean. So it's something that I'm holding. So one of the ways to go through and figure this out and to kind of understand it is to just press F8 so we can eject and start to look at some stuff. So for starters, we could view the collision and see, okay, what collision of what mesh is overlapping with the mesh, that or the collision capsule, that kind of stuff. But the main thing we want to do is select our pawn, hit the capsule collision, the capsule component, and go down here to collision. So you can see the preset that it has is for pawn. So under object responses, you can see just the default stuff. So main thing to focus on is the object type is pawn. Now, if I select, say, the suppressor, select its mesh, and you can see this is the defaults, and it's set to actually ignore the pawn. If I select the firearm mesh, like that, it's set to no collision. So that's not it. The optic, we can kind of keep going through one by one. It's set to ignore, so that's not it. And let's select the magazine. Well, oh, this one's not ignoring the pawn. It's actually set to block. So what would happen if we just set it to ignore? Well, let's go ahead and possess it again, and look at that. I can move around again. So that's that example. You're holding something that is blocking your collision. So that's why you'll see you don't really see it often anymore, but some games would have those fun bugs where, you would hold on to something, jump crouch on top of it, and you could do these glitches where you could just go, super high, all that kind of stuff, just kind of fly up in the air. It's similar to that because you're holding something that is blocking your collision, and as it moves with you, so it's going to keep moving you and all that stuff. So in this case, it happened to be the magazine. So the magazine had it set up to block the pawn collision, which is the collision that our pawn uses to move around. So that's the cause. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and just do a real quick fix. This is not something you have to worry about on yourself or for the future tutorials because we're not going to be using that system. But this is part of that, what do you call it? Part of the, I can't think of the word, async loading stuff. So the optional module. So if I go to that M4 data asset, one of the things that it has under the attachment data is going to be that magazine. So if we open up the magazine, we can see here it has the mesh. By default, it's set to no collision, which granted that's a lie. So this might actually be a potential bug. I can't remember exactly what the cause was. I think it has to do maybe with the actor class. I really don't remember. But for some reason, it's spawning it with basically all blocking collision. And partially that's just due to us not having the actual collision channels and stuff like that and presets set up in our project settings. So that's something we're going to tackle in the future. So I'm not going to cover basically the solution necessarily in this video, but I want to kind of show some examples of what all that stuff that I just showed, how you can kind of set it up and handle it and hopefully visualize it. So if we go to our project settings, we can come down here to collision, and here's our presets. So these are all the ones just by default in the engine. And what you can do is you can open up any of these presets, such as the pawn, and you can make it to where, it has different responses to different things. So for example, the no collision preset obviously has no collision. It's just set up to ignore by default. And here, you might have, say, an interaction channel, an interaction preset or something like that, or maybe just an interaction channel, and you modify these presets or you add your own, which have a custom response to that channel. So this is actually what the firearm collision system uses. We don't have it right now, but we will when we set up firearm collision in a future video. But basically, we can create a custom trace channel, and we can tell these presets what to basically do with that channel by default. So if we want it to be where we walk up to a pawn, we put our gun into them, and we don't want that pawn to affect firearm collision, basically we just want them to go through it and clip through the player, we can do that by going to this pawn preset, pretend this camera here is the firearm collision trace channel, we can just set it to ignore. And then it's just going to clip right through them. And that's it. But let's say we want it to block with players, we just make sure it's set to block. Assuming we want, things in the world to do the same. So, I don't know, this wall. Let's pretend we want firearm collision to not hit this wall. We can just go to that wall static mesh. All right, it's using the preset. Let's change it to custom. Let's pretend camera is the firearm collision channel. We're just going to set it to ignore. So in this example, I'm just going to select this wall here. And for pawn, I'm going to set it to ignore. So I can hit play. I think it's this wall. It might have been the other one. So you can see I can't walk through anything. But if I walk through that wall I just changed, I can go right through it. There's nothing stopping my pawn. So I can just walk off the world. So hopefully that makes sense, because that's something we are going to be interacting with and using for the firearm, the laser, that kind of stuff, because they're going to have their own channels. So I'm going to revert that back to default and leave it. Okay, so that's a general example as to why, because this is something that some people have issues with in their project and they don't necessarily understand the cause of it. So hopefully this will make sense. And if it ever happens to you, you'll remember this and go, aha, that's why. So yeah, again, I want to keep this short, and that's basically going to cover this video. So that's pretty much the gist of everything and just some general kind of knowledge. But starting from the next videos, hopefully, we should actually start building up a new pawn and getting kind of everything up and going from basically scratch. So what we're going to be doing is, because this is the third-person example project, we're going to utilize the provided third-person character from that, which already has, the movement and stuff like that already set up. So I don't need to save anything. So we're basically going to utilize this guy, or girl, because it's the Quinn, and set this up to be the first-person character that we want, and be able to have and hold firearms, shoot, aim, all that kind of stuff. So with all that stuff out of the way, I will see you in the next video.